If you are a pensioner or someone you love, do not skip this video, because what I'm about to explain could stop you from panicking over false news and protect your pension money. This channel is not for everyone. It's only for people who want clear, honest updates about pensions and DWP rules. If that's you, please subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Many pensioners across the UK are feeling worried after seeing shocking headlines and viral videos claiming that from January 1st, there are new bank rules that pensioners must follow, or they could lose their state pension or other DWP payments. And it is completely understandable to feel confused or scared, because when money that you depend on is mentioned, especially your pension, it immediately creates stress. But the truth is far less dramatic than the headlines make it sound, and it is very important to clearly understand what is really changing, what is not changing, and what you actually need to do, because a lot of the information spreading online is either exaggerated, misunderstood, or taken out of context, and sadly, some of it is being used to scare older people unnecessarily. First of all, there is no rule that says pensioners must change their bank account on January 1st. There is no rule that says you must open a new account. And there is no rule that says your pension will stop just because you did not follow some new bank requirement. So if you have seen messages claiming that DWP will freeze pensions or cut payments unless you act immediately, those messages are misleading. What is really happening is that the government and banks are continuing their long-term effort to reduce fraud, protect people from scams, and make sure benefits are paid correctly to the right people. And this process has been slowly developing over several years, not suddenly starting on January 1st. The Department for Work and Pensions already pays pensions and benefits directly into bank accounts, and for many years they have required that the bank account is active, valid, and belongs to the person receiving the money, and this has not changed. What has changed is that banks themselves are becoming stricter with identity checks, security reviews, and account verification, especially for accounts that have not been used much, accounts with old details, or accounts that may be vulnerable to fraud. And this is being done by banks, not because the DWP suddenly ordered new rules for pensioners, but because fraud targeting older people has increased and banks are under pressure to protect customers. Another important thing people are talking about is new anti-fraud laws that allow the DWP to work more closely with banks, but this does not mean the DWP can see how you spend your money. It does not mean they can look at your shopping, your cash withdrawals, or your private transactions, and it certainly does not mean they can empty your account or control it. The information they can access is very limited and is only used to confirm eligibility for certain benefits. And in most cases, the state pension is not the main target of these checks because the state pension is based on age and national insurance record, not savings or income in the same way as means-tested benefits. This means that most pensioners who only receive the state pension and maybe a private pension do not need to worry about these checks affecting them. However, what is very important, and this is where people should pay attention, is that your bank details must be correct and up to date. Because if your bank account is closed, frozen, or flagged for security reasons, your pension payment could be delayed until the issue is resolved, not as a punishment, but simply because the payment cannot go through. This is why banks may contact you asking to confirm your identity, update your address, or verify that you are still using the account. And if this happens, you should respond through official bank channels, never through suspicious links, texts, or phone calls. Scammers are using fear around DWP and pensions to trick people, pretending to be from the DWP or a bank and asking for details. And this is one of the biggest dangers right now, because the DWP will never ask for your bank details by text or email, and they will never threaten you with immediate loss of pension without written notice. If you receive a message saying your pension will stop unless you click a link or call a number urgently, that is almost certainly a scam. Another thing people are misunderstanding is the idea of new rules from January 1st, because January 1st is often used in headlines to make things sound official and urgent, but in reality, changes to banking security and fraud prevention happen gradually, and there is no single date where everything suddenly changes for pensioners. Your pension will continue to be paid in the same way it always has, on the same payment schedule, unless there is a bank holiday, in which case payments may arrive slightly earlier, as they always do. What you should actually do, instead of panicking, is very simple. Make sure your bank account is active, make sure your contact details are correct, read letters from your bank carefully. And if you are unsure, contact your bank using the phone number on the back of your bank card or from an official statement. If you have changed address, changed name, or changed bank accounts recently, make sure the DWP has your correct details, because outdated information can cause delays. There is no need to move your money, no need to withdraw cash, no need to open special accounts, and no need to fear that the government is watching your spending. These rumors spread because complicated legal changes are turned into dramatic headlines that do not explain the full picture. The reality is that the government wants to reduce fraud, banks want to protect customers, and pensioners simply need to stay informed, calm, and alert to scams. If anything, these changes are meant to protect you, not punish you. So if you are a pensioner watching this, or you care for someone who is, the most important thing to remember is this. Your pension is not being taken away, there is no secret deadline you are missing, and you are not required to follow any sudden new bank rule just because it is January 1st. The best protection you have is knowledge, patience, and caution, especially when dealing with messages that try to scare you into acting fast. Always verify information. Always use official sources, and never share personal details unless you are absolutely sure who you are talking to. Because staying calm and informed is far more powerful than reacting to fear-based headlines. If you are a pensioner or someone you love do not skip this video, because what I'm about to explain could stop you from panicking over false news and protect your pension money. This channel is not for everyone. It's only for people who want clear, honest updates about pensions and DWP rules. If that's you, please subscribe so you don't miss the next update.